minutes.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Okay. Please state your name for the folks at home.
Patricia.
Patricia, you say? Patricia, where are you from?
Burbank.
Burbank. I seem to remember that. Patricia, you used to come to the show a lot, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
But I haven't seen you at the show in a very long time, Patricia.
That's true.
Where have you been?
Gone.
Have you been working undercover in some way?
No.
Good. So, Patricia, if that is your real name. Do you like living in Burbank?
Yes.
Do you know who does a show in Burbank?
Yes.
Who?
Your nemesis.
My nemesis? I don't have a nemesis.
Okay.
What the hell do you think this is? The Young and the Restless? I don't have a nemesis. Patricia, it's me. It's a cheeky monkey guy. I don't care. It's like, look, other people are on TV. And you know who does a show? Who?
Yes.
Who?
Jay.
Jay is not my nemesis.
Okay.
He's somebody else's nemesis.
Okay.
Do you know who Nemesis was? The goddess of revenge.
Oh.
Do you hold resentments, Patricia?
No.
So, for example, if you used to come to a show a lot and then didn't come to a show for a long time, that wouldn't be in any way based on revenge.
No.
All right. Do you ever go and see Jay's show?
No. Honestly, I've never seen.
Why are you making out that I would have a problem with that? I would not have a problem with that.
Okay, if I didn't. I haven't.
Well, you can. You can go if you want.
It's okay. I don't need. I'll come here. I'll come here.
I'm doing Jay here. I'm doing Jay here. Jay's a nice man. Have you ever met him?
No.
He's nice. You're doing pretty well, don't you?
You've missed me, haven't you?
I have a little bit, yeah. We'll be right back, everybody. We'll be right back. It's on stay up. It's been a long, long day, and you got the Sandman at the door. But hang on, leave the TV on, and let's do it anyway. It's okay. You can always sleep through work tomorrow, okay? Hey, hey. Tomorrow's just your future yesterday.
The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, sponsored by Denny's. America's Diner is always open. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Ferguson.
Thank you. Your genuine applause has taken away the dark hole left by my difficult childhood. You complete me. You make me feel full of love. Am I a little creepy tonight? Yes. Am I a little creepy every night? Yeah. Hey. I do that stuff. You just, just do the wild, real applause when I walk out. Don't look at that. Yes, join in. It's a great day for America, everybody. Yes, indeed. Great day for America. Not a great day for a friend of this show, a great comedian and actor, Fred Willard. Who was arrested last night. 72 years old, Fred is. He was arrested in Hollywood porno theater with his trousers down. I'm not the only creepy old guy in the dark room. I
was shocked when I heard this. I was like, there are still porno theaters? That's adorable! I wonder if they show retro porn with, like, you know, extra hair. Well, it sounds like The Dark Knight's not the only thing rising in the theaters, if you know what I mean. But I have to say, now, I am a huge fan of Fred Willard. I like Fred personally as a man, and I think at 72 years old, he's still watching porn and making the effort to get in his car and drive to the theater to... I just hope I'm still like that when I'm 72. You know, you get all Pee Wee Herman during the night. He got arrested for being in an adult theater, you know, performing an act of self-massage, perhaps. And I'm thinking, isn't that what you're supposed to do in an adult movie theater? Like, is there anyone, like are there people in from Downton Abbey going, I say, what are you doing? I came here for the enjoyable popcorn and the je ne sais quoi of the atmosphere. It's a porn theater! What's next? He's getting arrested for eating in a restaurant? You're eating in this place where people come to eat. Anyway, don't worry, Fred. I recently got busted for doing the same thing at a showing of Magic Mike. We love you, Fred. No judgment here. A great deal of mirth and a little bit of rib tickling, but no judgment. Great day for Oprah Winfrey, because, you know, Oprah would never judge you for this. She'd try and help you. Oprah would try and help you. She'd be like, there's a problem. And our book club is coming back. I'm like, yes, hooray! Finally, I've got something to read about that isn't about bondage and spanking. I'm not talking about 50 Shades of Grey. I'm talking about my diary. Dear diary, today my monkey was very naughty. And so therefore that little rascal had to be spanked. Also, had a very nice time in a movie theater in West Hollywood. By the way, this is the voice I use when I'm writing in my diary. My diary is a rather creepy English vampire. You know, for the kids now, if you don't know Oprah Winfrey, she used to have a TV show and then she was replaced by Ashton Kutcher. But now she's got her own network, OWN, which stands for Oprah Winfrey's Nipples. And it is... Let's take a moment and visualize, everyone. Kind of thrilling. Anyway, the OWN is the network completely owned and run by Oprah. She hosts all the shows, she operates the cameras, she does the lights, the catering, the makeup, and it's broadcast from her own private island outside of Chicago. Do we have a map of the area? There you are. There's our island right there. Yes. I had to read it myself. Yeah. Wait. Anyway, Oprah used to be the most powerful force on TV. It seems that that's changed a little bit, but, you know, when she created her own network. But she's still teaching us some very important lessons, like never move to cable. I always like to use it as a wedge against CBS, but... Anyway, Oprah's book club is coming back, but it's going to be different. Times have changed. People do everything online now, except maybe going to movie theaters. But, you know, they download the books online, they shop online. But if you're a little older, maybe not. Maybe you get in the car and you drive to the... And then there's the horn in the car as well. That's how they knew he was there. There was a cop walking down Hollywood Boulevard with a nightstick in the air. He's like, hey, what's going on in that porn theater? You know what's going on in the porn theater. Don't you, why you hate it? If you're like an LAPD officer, you've been through the academy, you work out, you work really hard, you got your own car and say, okay, today you're going to do a bust on the only straight porn theater. This is what you became a cop for, isn't it? All right, Fred, the game's up. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, Oprah. I'm talking about Oprah's book club, yeah. It's going to be promoted on Facebook and Twitter and her own network, OWN, which is apparently not doing that well. If you watch it, you can tell they're on a tight budget. Sorry, budget is the word I use when I'm writing in my diary. If I want to write the word budget, I write budget. Why would you do that, Craig? Because I'm unconventional. Is that some kind of fancy talk for homosexual? On certain occasions, it may be. What am I talking about? Oprah, yes! And, the Ez is a much tighter budget on their shows. Last week, the studio audience looked under their seats and all they found was gum. Tom Cruise was jumping up and down on a fold-out chair. He's not jumping up and down right now. I can't get Fred out of my head. I love Fred. Well, he's great. He's great. Fantastic. You know. You ever been to that movie theater, the straight movie porn theater up on Hollywood Boulevard? Is that how you got caught?
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm very quiet when I'm involved in self-massage. I don't do anything at all.
I know.
That was like an old-timey reaction, wasn't it? I'll do it again. Say that I know again.
I know. No, we'll add a noise to that. Here, do it again.
Okay, all right, you ready?
I know.
All right, now don't do the I know. Just we'll 3, 2, 1, and then. But we'll just think 3, 2, 1. Then I'll do the thing, and then you do a noise. But it doesn't have to be that noise.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
This is on TV right now. Craig, it's almost as if you don't give a rat's ass. Correct. I talked to a journalist today. I was talking to a journalist who was doing a story about Doctor Who, and he said, I really like your show, he said, because it always looks like it's the last one you're going to be doing. And I said, yeah. I said, you got the whole thing down, man. That's it. Anyway, you ready?
Yeah.
Do the thing.
All right. Guests of tonight's program will receive a copy of my new memoir and Oprah Book Club selection, 50 Shades of Hey.
Sorry, hang on a second, everybody. Quiet down a bit. I'm tonguing the note. Whoa. Jeff? Ah! No tongue, you see? Try it again. Hey, think what you're applauding. Think. Just randomly applaud like some kind of naughty monkey. Because if you are, you'll get what all naughty monkeys get. Naughty monkeys get spanked, right, Jeff?
That's right.
Jeff and I have decided to do the rest of the show as sort of vaguely sinister, sort of Nazi perverts. This is correct, isn't it, Jeff?
That is correct, Craig.
We are sort of 50 Shades of Eurotrash, right, Jeff?
Holla.
Sometimes I put on plastic clothing and go to Burbank. Do you ever do that? Put on plastic clothing, go to Burbank?
I am made of plastic, thank you.
Jeff, don't spoil the illusion. People think you're an actual hollowed-out person. What time is it, Jeffrey Pearson?
It's tweet mail time. Time to take advice from a man whose 40s gangster name is Sticky Haggis Ferguson.
So, Sticky Haggis Ferguson, eh? What's going on in that movie theater, Sticky Haggis? Play the jingle, will you?
Euro crashes and Euro litter. Get on the dance floor and shake your Twitter. Bum, 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 bum. Check the tweets.
Plus email. Just the emails. Email time again. This is the song I like to sing. This is correct, Jeff.
Sing it again for my pleasure.
Singing it again for my pleasure.
Do not angry the monkey, Craig.
Oh, if the monkey is angry, he will be naughty. And if a monkey is naughty, he has to be disciplined. All right, this is from Frank in Mesa, Arizona. You ever been there?
Oh, love it there. Yeah, yeah.
Dear Craig, I'm sure Jeff too. Everyone says not to send food back in the kitchen when you're in a restaurant, but what if you do? But what do you do if they bring you something you didn't order? Who says you can't send it back? Of course you can send it back. You say, I didn't order this. And then you get the thing you ordered with special sauce. And you can say, I didn't order special sauce. And they will say, oh, yeah, you did. You ordered it when you sent the other thing back. This is from Klaus in Frankfurt, Germany. Klaus! Oh, this is our legitimate reason for talking like this. This is from Frankfurt, Germany.
Oh, hello, Klaus.
Hello, Klaus! Hi, Klaus! I'll read it for your pleasure. Dear Craig, everyone saying that London can't really handle the Olympics. Since you live there, what do you think? Oh, I think London does pretty well. They've got a pretty good history. Dealing with Germans anyway, of course. Craig, why must you always bring that up? Oh, I don't know.
Oh, your World War II humor makes me so hot.
This is from Carla in Natick in Maine. He says, Dear Craig and Jeff, I'm writing this while waiting for my appointment to see my doctor, who is 1 hour late. She's put it in capital letters. 1 hour late. What gives with this stuff? I don't know. Perhaps your doctor is dealing with someone who's genuinely ill. Oh, my doctor's late. Yeah, it could be an emergency. It's a doctor. You know, they say, oh, the doctor's late. How dare they be late? Yeah, someone could have a broken leg.
Self-centered bastard.
Self-centered bastard. Are we out of time? All right, I'll just do 2 more. Dear Craig and Jeff, if I'm going to have a late night snack while watching your show, which is less horrible for me, donuts or ice cream? Jeff?
Donuts.
Donuts. And finally, this is from Mary in Erie in America, who says, Pennsylvania? Erie, Pennsylvania says, hey, Craig, what the heck happened to the Jonas Brothers? Well, let me explain. In the form of a song. Oh, we can't sing that? Oh, right. What can we sing? Frere Jacques? Yeah. Let me explain it in the form of a song. Frere Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous, hic-a-muck-a-tea. Ding dang dong.
Ding dang.
We're right back. guest tonight is an extremely talented actor, director, producer, writer. He's very clever. He's got a 3-part series, The Wallander, which premieres September the 9th on PBS. That's getting a nice early plug in for it then. September? That's quite a long time away. I'm excited though. Here's a clip to get you through to September. It's the story of how I found Jeff. Please welcome the very lovely Sir Kenneth Branagh, everybody. Sir Kenneth. Sir Kenneth, it's got a lovely ring to it. I have to say, congratulations. I know you've just recently been knighted. You are now really Sir Ken.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's
very
lovely.
exciting.
It's fantastic. Have you got? Did they give you a hat or a sword or something?
No, obviously there's a requirement to wear a suit of armour at home at all times.
Oh yes, I think.
We've had to rearrange furniture. There's a lot of round tables in the house now.
Oh, nice.
I can do that. My wife loves it. She is now Lady
She's a
Branagh.
lady,
She's
yeah.
Lady Branagh. Unfortunately, that means she's got to wear the long pointed hat, you know, and the little bit of thing at the end. She now lives in a tower in the garden, unfortunately. So that's a little tricky. You bring her coffee in the morning, but you've got to climb up on her hair.
You don't have to bring her coffee. You are Sir Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, you have
Members
met my
of the
wife.
lower orders will now bring her coffee. You can have serfs come in.
Well, we could, but we have that little ritual, which used to mean me. You know, I'd go out, I'd take the dog out and
Find a body.
Find a body. Yes, yeah. Inspired by Jeff, as you know. So,
Yeah.
and thank you very much for that. You know, because that early part of that first Wallander, September 9th, PBS.
Oh yeah, it's right around the corner.
Was inspired by this show, of course.
Oh yes, of course. Thank you.
But well, no, you're welcome. We had that ritual, and now unfortunately it does involve getting to a tower in the garden, climbing up her hair, and giving it to her that way. But it's the price to pay for
sirdom.
For sirring.
But you
yes.
see, I think it's a lovely thing. I think you've deserved it for some time. I think you've always been a great ambassador for British theatre and entertainment. Well done, you.
You are very kind. Thank you. You are looking particularly sharp tonight, I think.
No, it's not.
Got a nice suit, nice three-piece suit. Now, do you favour what we'd call a waistcoat? You might call a vest.
Vest and waistcoat. Yeah.
Do you like that as a style? Are you developing a new and exciting?
Well, this is what I'm going for because I think it's like man Spanx. You know, it gathers it all and it pulls it in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like...
There's nothing to pull in there.
Oh, yeah. No, au contraire, if you don't mind me using it.
Hey, what's your language, please, pal? Easy.
Au contraire. I know that the sirs don't like the French, but au contraire, Sir
right.
Ken.
Well, okay.
Do people call you Sir Ken now?
Well, no, really, and I don't really particularly encourage it because it's lovely. I mean, I can't tell you how exciting
It really is a great honour. I mean, it's a fabulous
It's a funny old thing in our country, but and the birthday honours, thousands and thousands of people who do much more valuable and interesting things than I do are also honoured in various ways. And, you know, although it comes out of a royal system, in fact, you can write in. You know, people can write in and say, Craig...
Can you apply?
You can apply.
I'm doing it.
Yes, exactly. I think it's a heartbeat away. You just get an online campaigin going and everything.
Because I do have Her Majesty the Queen plate.
Oh, how brilliant. Oh, no.
Yeah, we were using it for a bit where we imagined that Her Majesty the Queen had been falsely imprisoned.
Well...
Which, of course, would be a terrifying thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's going to love the fact that you keep that. I mean, you might want to think about presenting it in a slightly different way if you want... I mean, I don't want to listen. I don't want to tell you your own business.
No, perhaps I should... Maybe I'd get my knighthood for springing her from the pokey.
Well, yeah, I'm sure she appreciates...
She's free!
She's free!
Yeah!
She's free. I think you're already further up the list right now.
Yeah, that's it. I can feel the knighthood on its way.
I think,
I'll use it as a source.
No, it's just a question of time. But it's on her face. What have you...
It's all right. We're in America. It's fine.
I
They can't strip you of your knighthood for this, you know. It's a plate. It's a plate.
A minute ago you were looking so good. Now I think you're in prison.
I think it actually works rather well.
Okay. No, actually, on reflection, I think you're right.
Yeah, no, it's all right. So you seem well. You seem at yourself, at ease.
Yeah. Well, very happy to be here. Always love to come on your show. And
Thanks very much. Are you a little drunk or something?
No, I'm not. No, I'm happy. I'm thrilled with the show. I'm excited about the Olympics. We have the Olympics.
Yes. Now, I mean, everyone's saying that London's going to be a terrible mess during the Olympics. The streets are too narrow and built for rickety carts.
Well, it might be. We now have, I don't know if you know, these Olympic lanes where there's a dedicated lane. It has the symbols in and only Olympic traffic can go through
yes,
there.
but aren't the taxi drivers very cross about that?
There's a little bit of how's your father about that, but it's exciting. You know, we're excited. Lots of visitors, and you know, the Olympic Park is absolutely amazing.
I mean, no disrespect at all to London, but I always think in any of the big cities that have the Olympics, London, you know, Los Angeles had the Olympics, Seoul,
Atlanta,
South Korea, Atlanta had them. Why don't they give the Olympics to cities that need a bit of business? I mean, these are all cities that get a lot of business. What about the Olympics in, you know, like Reno or something like that? Yeah. Reno could use a shot in the arm. Give Reno the Olympics, or Winnipeg, Canada, the Olympics, right there.
Yeah, no, I think you have it. I mean, it costs a little, and that's because there's a bit of a drama about that it costs a little more than anybody ever.
Are you going to be part of the?
I tell you what I am going to do. I was thrilled to do it. You can get tickets online. People have been very frustrated that they couldn't get them, but I managed. The morning that the tickets for the opening ceremony went online, I waited all morning and I got my little account sorted out, and I pressed the button right at the moment as they were about to.
So you are very good at computers.
I had to be there all morning, and I pressed send very expertly.
That's very impressive. So if, for example, if you wanted to watch pornography, you wouldn't go to a movie theatre to watch it. No. You would have a device at home.
I've got a dedicated device.
Yay!
It's just easier, it's just simpler, it's just, you know, and then you've got the various channels. But that's a separate
thing. It's a different thing. I know you're not allowed to do that now, you're Sir Kenneth.
No, not so much.
But do you get a designated amount of me time?
Yeah, and I left it in your dressing room as you asked me for.
We'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back with Kenneth Branagh. Like if you're going to take it.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Kenneth Branagh, finding out the ins and outs of how to get a knighthood.
Yeah. You've done great work with the plate.
Yeah, I think it all went a bit south when I became an American. I think right there, you're like, well, that's it, he's gone. So, tell me about this thing where you find the skeleton in the garden then.
Well, Wallander is a detective in a small town in Sweden who, back home, where he's very popular, and across Europe, these novels of this character are very popular, but he does carry the stigma of being a bit depressed. People suggest that Swedes, Scandinavians, people in the northern climes are a little bit affected by weather, seasonal disorders.
That's true, yeah, I get that. Whenever it's dark, I'm sad.
Yeah, well, there you go. You put your finger on it. And but he, at the beginning of this new series of Wallander, has the opportunity to have a happy life. He's met a new woman. He's got a dog. He has a new house by the sea. Everything's good.
That's great. That sounds fantastic.
First night, terrific. You know, we're all set for a lovely life together and lots of interesting.
It's the first night of your lovely new life.
It is, and of course, with this particular character, of course, this is what he finds. He finds Jeff in the garden.
That's very.
And not that isn't a thrilling experience in its own way.
Well, yeah.
But it leads to a certain amount of unhappiness. It does lead to a great thriller. They are great page-turner.
Yeah, no, they're very, very good.
And people like the idea, maybe vicariously, that somebody else is having a tough time. And
well, that's this narrative, though, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, you get your hero and you throw rocks at him. That's what you do.
Something like that, and maybe just there, but for the grace of God, go I. And you know, people get it out of their system. The writer Henning Mankell said that he'd written 3 or 4 books, and people said, "Oh, so this guy has such a tough time. You know, what are you going to do with him?" And he decided to give the character diabetes, and the book sales went up. People loved it. They loved additional burdens.
No, that's because people love Wilford Brimley.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Right, Jeff?
Diabetes.
Yeah, you see. Now, I don't know. See, if I was someone having the first day of my lovely new life, I'd be very careful. It's like being a cop in the last day before you retire. You know, in a movie, it's like, oh, this is my final day before I retire.
What would you do if it was? There'll never be a final day for you here.
Oh, yes, there will. But it could be tonight.
Well, if there was, what would you make sure that you did? People say to me on a film set, remember, on your last day, behave the best. That's what people remember. Doesn't matter if you were a saint the rest of the shoot. On your last day, you have to be, if you were nice, stay nice. But if you were nice and you're suddenly grumpy on the last day, that's what people
remember you being grumpy.
What would you do on your last day on this show that you wanted to make sure people could remember you?
I would like to approach the show in a sort of a more relaxed attitude.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, you might be able to do that. But if that weren't possible,
well, I'd maybe wear less.
Yeah. I think people want you to wear less. That's the impression I have as I go about.
Are we talking about Her Majesty the Queen? Is that why you've been sent here, as an envoy of Her Majesty the Queen?
It was a brief voicemail message. She said, I know you're going to see him.
I know you're going to see him.
Yeah, I know he's taken to wearing the three-piece suits. Tell him I want to see less of him.
Yeah.
Best possible way.
Yeah, well, that's rather nice.
Am I right? Have you just turned 50, is that right?
Yeah, have you? Yeah.
And how...
I'm
51.
Did you get the camera?
No.
Oh, you got to get the... It's kind of like getting a knighthood in America. You get a camera in your bottom.
Oh, you mean...
When you turn...
Have I come to the right place? What does he mean? What do you mean?
Well, it's
going to happen to me before I leave.
No.
Okay.
No, not one of these cameras.
Okay.
No, it's a health thing, a colonoscopy. You got to get them when you're 50.
And you get this for free here? You get it, or you...
You do now! You got to... It's a health thing. They recommend it when you turn 50. You've got to have a colonoscopy.
Like what, on your 50th birthday? Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Before breakfast.
Before breakfast.
Well, that's more for the doctor than it is for you, but yeah.
Yeah, and you may have been through this, if you'll pardon the expression, but how
much fun is it? It's awesome.
But how long does the movie run for, as it were?
Let's say I nodded off during but what they do, the most fascinating thing about it, I've talked about it in the show before, but I find this fascinating.
What makes me go like that right now?
Yeah, no, it would do, yeah.
Oh,
but the thing is about it, it's very important. You must get it done. It's important. But it's screening. But it's so
people can come. It's like a screening.
Yeah, it's like a screening. Yeah.
So I can.
It's like, very nice.
Get friends.
You can have it done at Sundance, for example. Yeah.
Because that would be easier for me.
Yeah, because you're in the film business,
exactly,
so I'd be like, and now it's Kenneth Branagh's colonoscopy, everybody.
Thank you.
Are we out of time? No, we'll be fine. Yeah. Anyway, so what they do is they put a little camera there, but they puff it up so that there's air gets in, so they can have a look around.
Oh, nice.
But it's amazing. So when you leave, you feel very...
I bet you do.
Right, but and you start to pass gas, but because there's been nothing in there and they've been putting medical gas in, it smells nice.
Oh, okay. Oh.
It's like your ass had a mint.
Yeah. But I now that is a nice idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could use aftershave for that and avoid the whole thing up my bottom.
No, you gotta do it. You gotta have the health thing done. We're gonna have it sent to you.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. So, would you come to my screening?
Yes, absolutely. So get it, brother. Is an extremely funny comedian. I know this because whenever I'm out doing the stand-up around the country, he opens for me. And also, he appears on stage before I go on. He's very, very good. That's why I like him to go on stage first, to cheer up the audience who are otherwise depressed, knowing that I'll be out in a minute. He's very, very good. He's appearing at Governors at the Brokerage, Belmore, New York, July 27th and 28th. Please welcome my friend Ted Alexandro, everybody. Ted Alexandro.
Thank you. I did a show in Brooklyn a while back, and after the show, this girl came over to me at the bar and started chatting with me. She was about early 20s, I'd say. Turns out she lived in Queens, which is where I live. I had my car, so I offer her a ride back to Queens. A couple things you should know before I continue. It was a Tuesday night, and I'm 43 years old. We continue. So I'm driving this girl home, and shortly into the ride, she turns to me and says, "You know, I have beer and Coke back at my place." In my head, I'm like, all right, play it cool. Don't let her see that you think that's insane. And definitely don't let her see that your first thought was soda. But I just said no thank you, which is what I meant, but it felt like too polite a way to say no to drugs. Because they tell you to say no to drugs, but they never tell you how. And I felt like I should have been harder, like, nah, dog. Nah, I'm aight. But I was just like, no thank you, like 10 and 2, like. Then a little further into the ride, she turns and says, "I bought way more Coke than I need." I say, if you bought any Coke, you bought way more Coke than I need. And besides, I don't think Coke goes bad. There's not like a snort-by date. But I realized it was an experience of the phases of life. Because when you're in your 20s, you can treat any day of the week like it's the weekend. And you should. When you're in your 30s, that's down to like Thursday to Sunday. By the time you hit your 40s, you pick Friday or Saturday. And it will end early. Then the third thing in her bizarro things to say was, "Why aren't you trying to sleep with me?" Which was both sad and beautiful. Beautiful because I truly was not trying to sleep with her, and sad because those words came out of her mouth. But it was nice to kind of realize that I'm in a different place of my life now. You know, it's like, because when I was in my 20s, it was like, gotta get laid. Now it's like, gotta get home. Same urgency, different goal. But it is weird. It's weird to feel that way. It's weird to turn down sex on a silver platter. You know, like, here's that sex you ordered 20 years ago. It's finally ready. But I'll have these weird old man thoughts will pop into my head, like, oh, I think I still have that leftover pasta in the fridge. Tonight was gonna be that night. Shut down by pasta. But I know that's gonna be good. I already ate half of it. But it was adulthood hitting me in the face, you know? And I think when I was younger, I wondered, what would it feel like to be an adult? How would I know that I was an adult? I think I associated with having a family, a career, maybe a wife, and all that stuff. And it can be those things. But sometimes adulthood is saying no to sex and cocaine on a Tuesday night. Thank you.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Greg?
Good night, everyone.